Do you want me to start the show?
If you want.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of Going Over Our Threads. We're in a new season. What number is it? Who could say? But this is our women's thrillers season. Yeah, so it's going to be mostly Lifetime movies that are directed by Fred Olin Ray. As always, I am ML Kennedy, and sitting across from me is.
Meredith.
And we've got yet another scoop invasion because we have a special guest named
Matt.
Scoop invasion! I see them coming over the hills and ice cream. Don't think that they're coming to talk about ice cream. Don't know if they're friendly or not, so maybe run for your life. Scoop invasion!
Matt of the Barn from the Merlin's Barn podcast.
What is the Merlin's Barn podcast?
Detours through history and through our own lives. Just different examples. I was out in Wisconsin for work, and I discovered that in the town I was in, there's a place that makes a lot of fiberglass roadside, giant pink elephants and those sort of things. And they have a graveyard of all the molds for the fiberglass, and you can go walk around it.
Oh, okay.
So we discover these sort of things, and we talk about them, or we do weird, deep history dives like wheelbarrow racing, or airdropping beavers to into the mountains to replenish areas.
Man, so they get little beaver parachutes?
They did. Yep. That's
Oh my.
The Airborne Beavers one's a good episode, or the Fat Electrician covers it in like a YouTube video for about 20 minutes. Both are good ones.
There's so much going on. Excellent, excellent. Meredith, what movie did we watch today?
Fiancé Killer from 2018.
So, of course, this movie is directed by Fred Olin Ray, and it's written by two guys, one who only wrote this movie, and the other one has written, hold on, I've got a list here on my phone. Hometown Killer, Killer Under the Bed, Family Vanished, Killer Single Dad, Nanny Killer, Fiancé Killer, Stalked by a Reality Star. And these are all movies that came out in 2018 on Lifetime.
Wow.
So,
Are they all the same plot?
I mean, probably pretty much. We have this movie is really an example of the Lifetime movie subgenre. Well, it's two of them. We've got the psycho bitch subgenre as coined by Joe Bob Briggs, and it's the if only I would have listened to my mother genre that is particularly
Okay.
popular with mothers.
Oh
So
my God.
how does this thing start?
Nicole Winters. She is a successful cosmetics company owner. I don't remember the name of the cosmetics company, but it is cosmetics, and it
Oh.
is wildly successful.
Actually, I do, because I have questions about that. So that was one of my notes. That the name of the company was Veritas,
Oh
which is
yeah,
That thing you get in wine.
which is Latin for truth. So I'm not sure how
That's
the
the-
cosmetics company's named Truth.
yeah. That is the opposite of what makeup is supposed to do. I think that's a bad name. It's
Mm.
also really like hardcore. That is a makeup company named by a bunch of middle-aged to boomer men.
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but when I hear Veritas, because I am an educated person, the first thing I think of is the Boondock Saints.
No.
Okay, so our star is Nicole. Did you recognize this lady Meredith? Because she had a moment about like 25, 30 years ago.
Oh, okay. 25, 30 years ago is mid 90s. No, was she in Models Inc.?
Not that I know of, no.
Oh.
But her name is Carrie Wurr. She is the second billed woman in Anaconda, so she might be the least famous person in Anaconda. She was one of the main stars of Sliders, starting in like I think season 3 or 4. She was one of
No.
those people that they picked up from one of the other realities, and then just
Oh, that
like,
was like
no.
way after I stopped watching. Okay,
Yeah, I think
Sliders stopped being good at the end of season 2.
well, it kept on going too, and for a while it was just like Jerry O'Connell's brother and Rembrandt Brown were the only people still left on the show.
That's crazy. Matthew, did you watch Sliders?
I did not. I'm not familiar with this show. So.
It was really good. It
Oh
had
man.
Pavarotti, Jerry O'Connell, and
Hold on.
what?
Did you just say the show starred Pavarotti?
The actor who looks like Pavarotti. Yes.
John Rhys Davies.
Pavarotti. Yes.
From Lord of the Rings and the Indiana Jones movies. I mean,
Also Pavarotti.
he kind of looks like Pavarotti, yeah.
They were
but-
separated at birth. They're twins. It
I'm
is
sorry.
known.
I apologize. That man is definitely Pavarotti. Uh, And there's two whole people that seem to work for this company aside from the cleaning crew. Did you recognize the other woman?
Yes, the CFO's name is Grace. Grace and Nicole are good friends in addition to being colleagues. And it bothered me the whole movie, but I didn't look it up. I did recognize her, but I couldn't place her.
That is Meredith Thomas again, who has been on this podcast like 15 times. She is
Oh,
the friend that saves the day on Christmas in Vermont.
Nice.
And we just saw her. The last time we saw her might have been Dog Napped Hound for the Holidays because she played the reporter in that. But she's got like, 100 IMDb credits, but they're pretty much all Fred Olen Ray and David Dakota movies. So
Maybe I should make more of an effort to memorize her face and name and put them together since we share a name.
yeah, I don't know. She might also have to live in like, Buffalo, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Ohio, or something like that because she's always in these movies, which
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed. This movie, Buffalo.
Oh, was it?
Well, we'll figure. I'll let you in on a little bit more when we get a little
Okay,
further
I
into
thought
the
it was
show.
kind of New Englandy, but yeah. All right, so our third character is Nicole's daughter, Cameron.
So Cameron is a lady named Felicia Cooper. She was in. Do you remember Lucky McKee?
No.
Lucky McKee was a hot director for a minute, like 20 years ago. He had that movie May that was really good with Angela Bettis, where okay, he made a movie twice that's called All Cheerleaders Die, and she is in his second version of All Cheerleaders
What?
Die.
Is this a
Yeah,
Bring It On inspired type of film?
no, I think the first one came out actually before Bring It On.
Oh,
But yeah, so that and currently this actor is mostly in these things called reel shorts, like REEL, reelshorts.com, where I believe they make these movies that are about 30 minutes long but chopped up into like 5-minute TikTok clips. If you ever get those weird things on TikTok where you're looking at like the worst low budget movie and everything feels AI but isn't actually AI, it's just really stiff actors.
that's the
She
worst.
she's in these now because I saw her and she's got like credits for like 58 episodes of a TV show and it's not streaming anywhere. And then you're like, oh no, it's like a YouTube slash TikTok show like
Oh,
that.
interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, so I had to pause because we do see street signs in the background when Nicole
Nicole. Hmm.
goes to meet her daughter at this restaurant, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, this looks familiar to me. This looks really podunk. So I paused the movie. I went back, paused it, and rewatched it, and I like enhanced. And the street section there is it's Bayview Road, and I forget the cross street, but I know exactly where this is
Oh.
because this is about 5 miles from my mom's house over on Route 5. If
Hmm.
like you take the lake and then you go over on Bayview Road towards Lake Erie, and there is a large place that it's been redecorated since then, but this is exactly where they pull up. It's called the Cowboy on the Lake.
Is the restaurant?
It's a big giant restaurant called the
Okay.
Cowboy on the Lake, and this is just where they are for this movie there. I was like, oh shit, I know this. It's yeah. If you look, you can look up the picture of it online, and it's been painted red since then because
Yeah.
I'm sure it's changed hands like 100 times. But
Hmm.
like they're like acting all fancy, but they are literally in these podunk areas of Western New York the entire time.
That's
Uh,
amazing.
yeah, so I looked it up, and we've got they film in Buffalo, of course, which is the biggest city,
Right?
North Tonawanda, Blaisdell, Eden,
Hmm.
and Derby, New York, my hometown of less than 3,000 people.
I,
Yeah,
I
so I
was
was
wondering because the only specific I heard called out was Rochester.
yeah, she's like, I gotta drive to Rochester and I'll be back. So it's like, yeah, Rochester's about an hour and a half away. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Hmm.
everything else is just like was as generic as it could get.
Most, I think, big cosmetic companies are run out of Eden, New York, or Blaisdell.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think so, yeah.
All right, well, let's get into a little bit of the plot.
Yeah,
So
let's
we know
actually
that
start the movie.
Nicole is the CEO, Grace is the CFO. Grace says to Nicole, like, hey, your daughter has a surprise for you. Nicole meets her daughter at Cowboy on the Lake for
Apparently, yes.
dinner. And surprise, Brent is a brand new man in her life and they're gonna get married. So they have dinner together. Nicole is super put off. She's just like deeply unhappy with the surprise.
Now, when I saw like the IMDb summary or one of these things of this movie, it says
Mhm.
her daughter came back from like a Mexican vacation to meet this man.
Oh, that was not mentioned in the
No,
actual
like
movie. No,
is the daughter coming back from anything? It's just like, oh, here's your daughter. She has a surprise, and it's this guy.
that's what happened.
Okay.
Yes.
The
No.
the boyfriend says he met her standing. She was standing in the rain next to the golf. So
Yeah.
select which golf you'd like it to be because it was just the golf.
I assumed it was, the gas station, you know.
It could have been because somehow he's also from the same town.
Because you meet people from Derby every time you go to Mexico.
Especially when you're by the golf.
But hold on, that would make sense since we'll know the shocking twist later on in this movie. That would be in the same spot in Mexico. So the boyfriend here is a guy named Adam Huss.
Mhm.
He was one of the many Nico Cassadines on General Hospital.
Okay.
He might still be. I don't know. These people, they come in and out all the time. He's on that Stars show Power, which is a show that's been on forever, and I don't know anybody that watches it
Never heard
or
of it.
Stars in general.
Amazing.
More importantly, I own a DVD with this guy too, because he is one of the stars of the movie WrestleManiac, which is a wrestling exploitation horror movie from about 20 some years ago. And if you look at the cover of this movie, this is, back when DVDs were coming out all the time, it says starring Rey Mysterio. And what they don't tell you is that it stars Rey Mysterio Sr., the famous Rey Mysterio's uncle, who was the original person with the name.
That's got to be a letdown.
Yeah. And what's more exciting than a middle-aged 5'5" Mexican guy in a mask killing people? I mean, come on.
Rey Mysterio himself is now over middle-aged, right?
Rey Mysterio is like 50, maybe. He's been wrestling since he was 12, so that's why it really throws you off. He's been around forever, but is like everybody in WWE is pretty old now, I feel like. So
Okay, so obviously this movie is not. I'm not the target audience for this movie. So like, because he's dumber than a box of rocks. So is he like? Is he like a hunk? Is he good looking? I'm confused here. Like for me, he's not Brad Pitt, so I'm not interested. But maybe
It doesn't matter. The package, the physical package doesn't matter. What matters is that they're in love.
okay, well, because he's got nothing going mentally. So I thought maybe it was the physical.
well, he's also
He's
he's
okay
lying
looking.
about being a philanthropist,
Hmm.
and he's also like what 15 years older than her, but trying to hide it. Like this dude is clearly 40 years old.
Right, and trying to act like he's 25.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm just young. I'm starting out as a contractor building houses for Habitat for Humanity or whatever. But yeah,
Speaking as a woman who's been through about 30 years of friends showing up with bags of trash that they were in love with, it tracks.
Okay,
There's no accounting for taste. Everybody has their taste, and you don't know what the chemical soup of their brain was happening when they met, a bag of trash. It's right place, right time, right level
sure.
of inebriation.
Wait,
All of it goes into it.
they met in Mexico. He probably slipped her some Spanish fly. Subplot of the movie.
We do learn much later that he had like some inside intel to mold himself into like the perfect guy for Cameron, which is stretching the imagination based on this guy's acting, but I mean, it is accounted for in the plot.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Okay. So Nicole is not happy about this. She had hoped for like a more ambitious man to be a partner to her daughter. We learn, I guess, maybe I made it up, that Cameron is a young lawyer. So she's up and coming, she's smart, she's driven.
Well, she's going to law school. She's in like a legal program, I think.
Oh, okay.
that was another generic. It was the law program at her university.
I guess she's at UB. I don't know.
Additional context, Cameron is about to turn 25. So yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's about the right age. And we learn that once she hits 25, she receives her trust. So her granddad was wealthy for some reason, and they all live in Derby, New York, because of that wealth, and had put $3 million into a trust to be given to Cameron upon her 25th birthday. Nicole is hyper aware of this and worries that the money has put a target on Cameron, and so she's suspicious of Brent for that reason.
And I love okay, so first off, we have the arbitrary age of 25 because sure.
Yeah, why not?
And second off, like
You get your trust, you can rent a car. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And for some reason, like every time I watch one of these Fredel and Ray movies, the like inheritance money is just a little comically small. It's like $2.5 million. I'm like, okay. I mean, that's a lot of money, but it's not like go get murdered money. Like,
Okay. I think, and this might be giving the movie too much credit.
Okay.
I think that it's in the sweet spot of a lot of money for a couple people to have, but not so much money that it would open up an investigation into like a mysterious death. If the death is believable enough, then they're like, oh, what a tragedy.
You think the cops investigate these things?
Life insurance might investigate things.
Probably.
One other thing that we see is there's a mysterious figure watching Nicole wherever she is. Mystery. Oh
Yeah, a
no.
real like Assassin's Creed leather jacket wearing motherfucker
Yes.
sneaking around.
Later, she goes very much of a Unabomber hackers sort of V for Vendetta sort of effect going on or something there. Got the
Yeah, a little
hoodie
bit.
and the
Yeah, what is that video game with the hacking, the cyber something or other shit? Damn it, I can't remember the name of that video game because it's not Assassin's Creed because that's, in time and all that stuff. But there's one that's like,
Red Dead
uh,
Redemption.
yeah, it's Red Dead Redemption. That's it. First try.
Brent is now on a mission to win over Nicole's favor. He wants to have everybody be happy with the marriage, and he brings Nicole lunch at her office. He brings her sushi. Take out sushi. Why not? I'm sure that's great in Derby, of all places.
I mean, you get that fresh Lake Erie fish.
say,
That.
Western New York's renowned for its sushi, right? So,
Oh
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
And while eating, he shares a tragic backstory. He's was orphaned at a young age. He's a self-made man, blah, 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 blah. Nicole
Oh,
relents a little bit and says, like, give it some time. Give me like 6
is
months.
okay. So first, two things here.
Yeah.
One, Western New York sushi would be shaken in hot sauce and dipped in blue cheese. Number two, yeah, she digs into his tragic backstory because he somehow uses the wrong name
He does, yeah.
on his restaurant order.
Right.
oh yeah,
Like,
his credit card payment was
A
uh,
staple to the takeout bag, as it is normally done. I think that's great.
this is real rookie hour. I think Matt might be right that this guy is an idiot.
Well, okay. Is he more of an idiot than your average guy, though?
Well, fine. That's fair. That's
it's,
fair.
okay. You got us there.
I like this because it's real to life. The receipt stapled to the bag. I also just want to give a shout out to the use of cell phones in this movie. They're not ignored for the sake of the plot, and when like the action really gets going and nefarious things are happening, the cell phones are part of it. Unlike horror movies where they're like, "Oh no, we have no signal," or some other
Uh-huh.
conceit.
Okay.
Texting is part of the movie. Calling is part of the movie. It's seamless. So I think like
Seamless, yeah.
out of all of the movies I've seen with cell phones in it, this one nailed it. That's how people use cell phones, or
I
at
mean,
least did 8 years ago.
I believe at some point a character gets a text before the text is sent, but other than that,
Okay, that's a
yeah.
continuity issue.
Oh, okay.
That's quantum mechanics. That's a sliders
That's a sliders,
thing
yeah.
bleeding into
That's
this movie.
this is what happens, yeah.
Okay, so the name discrepancy causes Nicole to run a background check. So she's like, "What's going on?" She finds not much other than a bankruptcy, which in itself is pretty suspicious, possibly indicating a gold digger guy. And
Yeah.
then like a huge black hole. She's like, "What's happening here? There's nothing happening here." Cameron takes great offense to this really, honestly, normal precaution.
Mhm.
And so they're fighting. And this happens like again and again through the movie. Like Nicole oversteps out of concern and Cameron draws back and like fights about it. So they have a contentious relationship. It's they are trying to communicate. It's just that their values are different. And Cameron values Brent. And
Yeah.
Nicole doesn't.
And like she's like, he told me about the bankruptcy, his partner ripped him off. Like,
Mhm.
this guy's thought of everything already. Oh, okay. So another connection to past movies that we've watched, I failed to bring up because
Mhm.
we opened this movie with a montage where or not really even a montage, like a shot of like pictures in order to give us the backstory.
Yes.
And Cameron's dead dad is one of the producers of this movie, Gerald Webb,
Oh,
who
cool.
has shown up in a lot of our movies, especially the Buffalo one. He was like the general in Assault on VA-33, and he's one of the guys I think in the maybe Sniper Special Ops. And he's been in a couple of these things too. So like We
I
get
like it.
all of our
I
Buffalo
like that.
people.
Instead of, I don't want a producer credit. I want my picture on the mantle. That's
Mike gets the producer credit too. Don't worry. He gets that $150 check from Lifetime.
The reason that Nicole and Cameron have a difficult relationship is after the dad died, is when Nicole started the cosmetics company. And from Cameron's point of view, Nicole didn't pay enough attention to her growing up, and she was obsessed with the company. And I think Nicole justified it, saying she needed the money, but I don't understand why she needed the money. If there's 3 million in a trust, so that means that there's other money somewhere, right?
It's a real cats in the cradle situation, but for girls, I think is
I
what we're getting to.
guess. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. So, meanwhile, one of many meanwhiles in this movie, Brent finishes a jog and he is met by the mysterious figure, and her name is Lexi, which I found out an hour after the character was introduced.
Well, because she goes by a couple different names in the movie.
it's just one of the names. Yes.
Yeah. I go by many names. Lexi is, of course, the best actor of all time, the best actor any of us has ever seen, right?
That's true. Yeah.
There's an old episode of The Critic where he's dating this actress, and he watches her. Jay Sherman watches her in a movie, and she's just the worst thing you've ever seen. It's like, I will give you a kiss of death. But yeah, but nothing against Lexi. I'm sure she's fine. But her name is Jean Louise O'Sullivan. Has been in several huge movies, guys.
Really?
She was in Assassinaut, which is a combination assassin astronaut, and not one, but she is in two of the Puppet Master movies. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, Puppet Master, let's see, X-Axis Rising and Axis Termination, which
Amazing.
is part 2 and 3 of the prequel trilogy of Puppet Master movies, which I think comprise the 11, 12, and 13 of the Puppet Master series. But the numbering of Puppet Masters gets really complicated because they cross over with demonic toys. I mean, you guys are experts on the Puppet Master movies, right?
I certainly have heard of one of the Puppet Master movies.
This is a comic book scenario. You need like a flow chart to figure out where they all fit in.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Grab some yarn.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
well, because they do the prequels and then they do a soft reboot, so it's very confusing. This whole timeline thing. It's like watching the X-Men movies.
You gotta, Matt, you've not lived until you've heard of Kennedy's Jason movies explanation, all the Friday the 13th movies.
Okay.
I've got the PowerPoint on my computer somewhere. I've got to figure out how to make a YouTube video out of it.
Do this, and then you tell us, and then I'll edit it and put it on YouTube.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
That's for our $10 Patreon level.
That would be funny. Okay, so Lexi, they share a passionate kiss. This is time to explain the plot to each other. So they recite their plan out loud to each other, which is,
as you know, I've searched through this woman's social media in order to create the perfect identity for you.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That scene that got me because it went beyond expository acting. It went beyond being on the nose. It was like, this is an elevator pitch for the movie.
Yeah. At some point, we approached the Lost Skeleton of Cadaver level of like, is this bad on purpose? Like, what's happening here?
Like, you just
Yes.
told me the movie. I can turn it off now. We know what happens. Like,
next day, Cameron reconciles with Nicole, the first of many reconciliations, and then they plan for dinner. Okay, now we go to dinner. Nicole is trying to make more of an effort to get to know Brent. She is trying, capital T, trying. During dinner, he sneaks off to use the restroom, but finds himself in Nicole's home office. And so Nicole explodes. It is an irrational level of anger. I mean, like, some anger is warranted, but she goes above and beyond. It is not necessary. So she's ripping into him. He's like, I was going to give you a gift. And he pulls out a pair of pearl earrings, gives her a gift. And Cameron's like, Mom, he was just trying to give you a gift.
And he had to go sneak to your office to give you this gift. Why was he in the office anyway?
Reasons that were probably cut from the movie. I'm sure Lexi explained it out loud sometime.
yeah.
Like, they already know everything about Cameron, and like, he doesn't need anything else to get her money, right?
Doesn't know.
Oh, I think they needed a cliffhanger before the commercial break.
That's a good
Maybe
point,
he
yeah.
needed Mom's like Amazon wish list, so he knew what to buy her to get on her good graces.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's got to search her socials to become the perfect son-in-law.
That is a great idea. I mean, because she's This is 8 years ago. She's a boomer. So she's definitely on Facebook sharing, oversharing. All right. It's evening time. Cameron is stressing out about the wedding, and then her mother and Brent's like, why don't we just elope? This is Brent improvising, and it's gonna piss Lexi off. Cameron's like, yeah, let's elope. Let's do it tonight. So they fly to Vegas, which we find out later. I guess it makes sense that they would fly to Vegas, but there's
What are
no
you supposed
scene
to
of
film
them.
Vegas?
I mean, you just say like, okay, well, let's fly to Vegas, and then cut to the next day. But they don't.
Oh.
Whatever, it's fine. Turns out that evening where that conversation is happening is Brett and Lexi's anniversary. So Lexi's blowing up his phone and she's unhinged. She's going off the deep end because he's ignoring his phone because he's getting married.
Yeah, you should probably ignore the calls from your girlfriend when you're getting married.
Michael, what is the flight time between Buffalo and Vegas?
It's about 5 hours.
That
Okay.
sounds about right.
Early the next morning, they're back in town.
Yep.
This is a
So-
real turn and burn. Two red eyes in a row. Just
I mean, she's set to inherit $2 million. That's PJ money right there, As long as you want to spend all your money on the PJ.
I guess. And they're fully rested and happy. Well, I guess she's 25.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have been well rested and happy even when I was 25 with that kind of turnaround, but here we go. They're back home. So Lexi's outside. She's like stalking the house. She's super pissed. She's angry about the elopement. Oh, wait. Nicole is also angry about the elopement, and Grace
Yeah.
is trying to calm her down. So everybody's really angry that a marriage happened. But Grace is successful in calming Nicole down, and so she goes to visit Cameron in person. So Nicole's at the house. Lexi's sort of stalking the house. Brent's at the house. Cameron's at the house. Okay. Nothing explosive happens except for Nicole saying, how about this? I will throw you a big party. It will be a combination 25th birthday party, wedding reception, just to like make up for being pissed off about everything. They're like, yay, happy, happy, happy.
Time to go back to Cowboy on the Lake or wherever they're eating this one. I don't really.
Or like a house they rented, I think, really.
Yeah.
it's just it's another excuse to wear cocktail dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a lot of cocktail dresses.
Wearing fancy clothes is part of the fun.
I was confused by the costuming because like mom is dressing like she's 25 like all the time.
Yeah. She's showing off her guns. She really works at those arms. You could tell.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the daughter, she's like jeans and t-shirt or whatever. It's like I was like, this seems backwards. Like, what are we? But she would just kind of dress down, or she would dress up to go out, or kind of dress down. But like mom is dressed up, like even at the office, at home. I'm like,
this is how Fredol and Ray views CEOs, dressed up in cocktail dress attire all the time.
all the time.
All the time.
Do I know any women CEOs? No. The company I work for had a female CEO for like a hot second, and she just dressed normally in slacks and sweaters. Yeah, no cocktail attire. So in my anecdotal evidence of one person,
Right.
this is untrue to life. Later that night, Brett visits Lexi. She's still super mad. A few things are spelled out for us. One, that Brett definitely was riffing with the elopement. Lexi is angry because she had planned everything. She's the master planner and she does not like improvisation. She doesn't trust Brent. Lexi did all that research on Cameron. Lexi selected Cameron. So we're like, oh, what connection, like what source of info does Lexi have? We don't know that yet. We learn that is the grandfather that put the money in the trust. And here's where we also learn for sure that Lexi coached Brent to be Cameron's perfect man. Lexi is our source of exposition. Everybody else is just talking to hear their own voice.
Yeah.
Okay, we learn Cameron's allergic to nuts. Oh no!
Yeah, for about 20 minutes of the movie, she's allergic to nuts. But
That's
little
a
did we
choice.
know that Lexi's got super nut juice that she got from someplace.
That's a good point. It wasn't peanut oil. It was just nut oil. Again, with the generic.
Yeah, they don't want to get sued by Big Peanut,
Meanwhile, Brent is at a jewelry shop that looks suspiciously like a tailor shop. He buys an expensive necklace made of turquoise, also great. And Brent, this is for Lexi.
Minor nitpick, he was at a closed jewelry shop because he was inside and you could see the sign said open.
Fantastic.
The background was blurry here, so I could not see where they actually were. I'm sure it was just some like road in Buffalo because it did not
Yeah.
look like East Aurora, and I was really expecting him to come out of Fiddler's Five and Dime like every other Friddle and Ray movie. But we had our other Friddle and Ray Buffalo Guy cameo here because our clerk was played by, that's right, Meredith, Peter Johnson, who played the other the non-Spawn black cop in Assault on VA-33,
Okay.
who was the chef in A Christmas Prince, who had to
Nice.
learn how to do algebra to go into chef school. He was one of the workers in outerwear, I think, in Christmas in Vermont.
Mhm.
Like he's in all these things.
And
These are
now he's
all
in
episodes I
jewelry.
listened to recently, so this is great.
Yeah, Peter Johnson, he's everywhere, guys. Now, also, okay, so I looked up a bunch of like the minor actors in this thing, and I kept
Yeah.
on seeing one movie called Guns of Eden. And I'm
Okay.
like, that's weird. I've never heard of this thing. And it's all these like small Buffalo actors like Peter Johnson and hold on, I might have written it down. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's like five of the cast members in this are also in something called Guns of Eden. And I'm like, wait a second, like Eden, New York, like where my aunt lives. And I'm looking at this movie and it's got like 50 logs on IMDb and like a shitty rating. But then I'm looking through the cast and one of the guys is named Dominic Luongo and I'm like, I went to high school with Dominic Luongo. Then I'm looking up, yep, that's him. We've got 20 mutual Facebook friends and he has not answered my Facebook request yet. So
That is really funny.
yeah, this is the most me connected a movie has been, and it's really weird. I didn't pick it. So
All right. What we need to know is that Nicole and Brent run into each other, and Nicole sneaks a peek at the necklace because Brent lies and says this for Cameron. Okay, whatever. No big deal. That's for later. Meanwhile, Lexi sneaks into Cameron and Brent's home to plant a bunch of hidden cameras. And her new favorite TV show is the live stream of all those cameras.
I love how all the cameras that she plants are just like little lenses that she puts everywhere
Mhm.
that don't seem to have like a power source or any sort of machinery behind them.
Yeah, I've never used a security system, so that passed me by. I was like, I don't know, maybe like they've got little lithium batteries,
I
itty
mean,
bitty ones.
that's those are would be expensive cameras too for people who are killing somebody over $2 million.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So she spies on them having sex, which again, they're married, and like even before that, they were in a serious relationship on their way to get married. So why is Lexi upset that they're having sex? Just curious. She's like enraged and crying, like ugly crying because they're screwing.
Bitches
But
be crazy. That's why, this was her plan.
Right, this is her plan, right?
it's her plan.
She can plan for this, right? Like,
Right. Like she knew that was going to happen. She told Brent to go woo. Can't. Anyway, so she's mad enough that she goes over there and breaks in and confronts him. And so they're whisper fighting in the kitchen. And she's like, I'm going to kill her at your reception this weekend. You don't have to do anything. I will do it. And he's like, no. Let me handle it. Let me handle it. What Lexi says is like, we're going to peanut poison her and we're going to take all her EpiPens and she's going to die and you're going to be in the clear because everybody's going to see you trying to save your wife. So don't worry about it. And Cameron's like, and Brent is like, okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna kill her.
Yeah. Well, and we get our other going over our Fred's all-star appearance here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, come on now.
What?
You know who I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Who do you remember the character Savannah who does all the talking in the reception scene? That is our bestie, Katie Schneider.
Oh, at the reception.
Yeah, she is doing all the talking there. She has
Yes.
got every line of dialogue for some reason.
That was Katie Schneider.
Yeah.
You skipped a couple scenes, which is
No, I'm jumping ahead to this reception here. What other
you
scenes are important?
well, because they gotta go to we gotta figure out who Lexi is. So like Nicole and Cameron, it's her birthday, so they show up at their lawyers to transfer the trust money. And then
right.
the lawyer's like, Alexa, I need forms to sign. And it's Lexi. So that's how she found out all the stuff about Cameron and targeted her because she works at the law office.
Right.
Yes.
I forgot about that huge and important reveal.
And then also in between there, Brent gives Lexi the necklace. So she gets to wear the necklace, which is going to identify her to Nicole. and then it's the reception. So it's just those two things that we missed. Brett has the nut oil in his suit jacket, which, okay, can we talk about men's pockets and how you can
Jealous.
have a murder kit, an EpiPen, like basically a sword in like your leg pockets, a vest of explosives, and then you can't see it from the outside because of the
Yeah.
tailoring.
You can totally have one of those nuclear vests that JD Vance warned us about.
Like why is this? And then
I,
Cameron, her cocktail dress at the reception has like a couple of holes cut out of the side of it so you see her waist and no pockets and like no zipper. And how did she even get into it?
there's no way of knowing. Yeah, so she needs just to store more things in her bra. I think that's the trade-off.
I don't think there was room in that dress for a bra.
Oh shit, you're right.
Lexi had a bodice. I don't think she had a bra. She steals an EpiPen, sticks it in her bodice, which is like the only place. But also, like, where was her wallet then?
Yeah, what if it's a cash bar? She didn't even think about that.
No clutch or anything. So I mean,
No clutch or anything. And then what do you
Yeah.
do with the clutch? You set it down and forget it, and then it's gone.
Yeah, and that had all of my credit cards in it. What am I going to do? I've got to call up all these companies and cancel them? I don't even know the numbers because they're on the back of the cards.
I think
Exactly.
sometime prior to this, a couple of mentions were made of going to the airport for drinks.
Right, yeah, oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
we forgot about the fictional character of Rigo. We haven't talked about Rigo at all.
Right, because it never
His-
mattered.
Yeah, his fake buddy is part of the like nonprofit house building thing,
Mhm.
who is best friends with like the treasurer of Guatemala or some nonsense.
Yes.
Like all all sorts of information you could easily look up at online at any time.
And Nicole like didn't do that when she ran the background check.
Yeah,
Interesting.
But like, what town is this that has like an amazing like series of bars at the airport that are somehow you can get to without going through security? Because it comes up twice of like going to the airport for drinks.
Yeah, it's post 9/11. Yeah, that's really weird. Unless they're going to like, the bar outside the airport, but I don't know. The Buffalo airport is not that impressive and big.
And it has to
So,
have more than one bar because it was even like, oh well, which one?
yeah,
Yeah, Nicole's like, I'm always at the airport bar.
yeah.
What if it's a bar that is the name of the bar is airport bar?
It's just the airport bar.
Yeah,
That would be funny.
just where the pilots drink before they fly.
So it's the reception. The reception is happening. Everybody's dressed in their finest cocktail attire or suit jackets with bottomless pockets. And Lexi's outside in her car, also dressed up, ready to go, in her necklace from Brett, watching the live stream of the cameras. So she sees Brett fail to secure one of the EpiPens. And then she puts on some lip gloss and heads in because she's like, she can't trust him to do anything. She has to do it herself. So now she's in it.
So is this reception at the mom's house then?
Maybe
Because
they never said, did they?
well, she was like she keeps the EpiPen in the bathroom drawer, and I was like, in the bath, is it a reception hall
Oh
or is it her
yeah,
house?
it had
Oh,
to
yeah,
be
so
the
it must have been,
house. Yeah.
Okay, because I was like a little thrown off here. But her house is also has like a ballroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, why not? Right? I mean,
in this world where our master criminals cannot fake up a good excuse as to why they're buying a necklace and then wear that self same necklace
Mhm.
to incriminate yourself at a party, I guess that's the least of our problems.
Exactly. So Lexi joins the party. She introduces herself as Brent's sister, Tara. And this catches everybody off guard. They had no idea that Brent has a sister. Nicole recognizes the necklace right away. Her spidey senses up. And Brent like pulls Lexi into the kitchen for a private chat. She's like, I saw you fucking up. I got that EpiPen. I'm stealing this EpiPen. I'm stealing that EpiPen. All of the EpiPens are mine.
Yep,
Put the peanut oil in this cupcake.
She is so ready to save Macaulay Culkin at the end of My Girl.
the
Aw.
peanut oil cupcake scene is great. It's one of my favorite scenes. I got Pulp Fiction like overdose vibes.
You got to
Like they just-
slowly grab the needle and slowly stab it into the cupcake.
Slowly and just jam it in, and just like they spent so much time just putting this nut oil into this cupcake.
And like, I don't know, like a half cup of nut oil too. Like, what
Like
are you
it had to make
doing?
it soggy, right? Like
Yeah,
Good cupcakes will be moist.
not that moist.
Maybe they have a molten center.
Yeah, it's
this
a
one does now.
lava cake cupcakes. That's a $1 million idea. We should do that.
That does sound really good.
It's
That's
just
really
it's
good
just a
sounding.
frosted lava cake. So I mean, it's not that.
So Lexi says, "One bite and the money is all ours." Great.
Everyone can hear me when I say this, right? Okay.
All of the guests, that full like reception situation we saw, they disappear. And now we're just around a table and it's Grace, Nicole, Brent, Lexi posing as Tara, and Cameron. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's like 5 people in the next several scenes.
Was it late in the day and they lost all the extras?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
As people who have flown from a Fred Olin Ray set, we can tell you, yeah, they didn't give us lunch until 4 p.m., so we got to get out of there.
Lexi makes a speech. Brent hands out cupcakes. At the last minute, he waffles and like does not give Cameron the poison cupcake. He gives himself the poison cupcake. Lexi's like, "Oh no," and she switches their cupcakes. She's like, "Pink for the bride," because the Target cupcake has a pink frosting. The plan is pulled off, but there is a hitch. So Cameron goes into shock or anaphylactic shock almost immediately.
Instantly, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how true to life that is. Probably.
It doesn't feel right, but I couldn't tell you.
Okay. No EpiPens to be found, so that part works. There's commercial break. And during the commercial break, they call 911 and an EMT arrives post haste, quickly enough with an EpiPen of their own, I guess, and saves Cameron's life.
Yeah, because the EMTs were all at the Tim Hortons around the corner from that place, so they could just go show right up. So.
Exactly. All right. So now Cameron gets to spend the night at the hospital. While everybody else is busy with Cameron at the hospital, Grace goes home and plugs her iPhone into a charger and goes to take a shower.
Yeah, you know how you plug your iPhone into the kitchen and then go take a shower in the next room? That's what I always do. But I would like to say I appreciate...
Where do you keep your phone charger?
Well, I have a bedroom.
In the bathroom?
Yeah, but like, who charges in the kitchen? That's weird. I don't like that.
It's just like, that's her house.
I mean, It's pretty... Okay, fine. It's not that weird, but it's just really... I don't know.
Okay.
But I will say, I think Fred Olin Ray appreciates the EMTs rescuing Cameron during the commercial break, so we didn't have to hire any actors or get an ambulance or spend a cent on that. So
he did have to hire a doctor who gave some pretty wooden lines, but who am I to judge?
That actor also showed up in Royal Christmas on Ice, Dr. Goto, or whatever his name was. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. So what does Lexi do? Lexi has broken into Grace's home and sends a text message from Grace's phone to Nicole to lure her into the office, or basically to lure her away from the hospital room. It works. Nicole leaves the hospital and Lexi meets Brent at the hospital. So Lexi wants to kill Cameron right then and there. And Brent stops her, basically.
So this is when she sends the text. The hero gets the text, and then it's officially sent, and then she deletes it. Mm-hmm. And this is all... You need to have a password, a pass lock on your phone, is all I'm saying here.
That's true. I mean, that's just normal best practice. What's the pass lock on your phone?
Oh, it's all 8s. It's 6 8s.
Okay. Matt, what's the pass lock on your phone?
Actually, I don't remember, because it's I have the pattern. So it's a better memory.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's numbers, but I don't remember the numbers.
Yeah. What's your mother's maiden name and the name of your first pet?
Go on.
Social security number starts with.
All right. So Brett and Lexi, they have passionate sex in the nurse's break room.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. They've revised their plan, and now Brett's going to take Cameron on a honeymoon and kill her there.
Yeah, that's where it won't be suspicious at all with being the only person there.
Exactly.
This is at the home on the lake, right?
It's convoluted because Lexi found this home through her job. She knows the owners are going to be away, and she's like, "This is a great beach house for you and Cameron to spend a day or two before getting on your flight to Paris." So it's like the pre-honeymoon.
Yeah, it's weird. Why would you want to stay someplace that's not home before getting on a 14-hour flight?
It is weird, but it is the set that they had.
Might be the same set they used for the reception.
It could very well be.
Yeah.
So later on in the movie, we see. Well, I'll talk about that later. But there is a wedding reception venue that is basically listed in one of our characters' GPSs. We did completely skip over the fact that Lexi also tried to kill Cameron in the hospital by doing that old stick a syringe into the IV bag. Was that also Peanuts?
That's her one weapon.
Well, until you get to the Chekhov's fireplace poker, but that's later.
Nicole and Grace are starting to put together the puzzle pieces that don't fit about Brett. And then they do some internet research and they find Brett's real sister. Grace is like, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to talk to her.
That's why she
Nicole.
drives to Rochester.
She drives to Rochester. The way they described the location was just so weird because Nicole says, like, that's just upstate.
I mean,
Upstate. Yep, that's right.
yeah, I mean, Rochester is west, but sure, or east. God damn it, I am so terrible with directions. But yeah,
East.
Rochester's straight east from Buffalo. Like,
Yep.
She gets up there. She meets Tara. Tara's in a wheelchair. She lives in an assisted living home for reasons.
Before she meets Tara, the nurse violates HIPAA by telling her
Yeah.
that Tara's there.
Who's the nurse?
oh, the nurse in this. Let's see. I wrote this down.
Yeah.
I've got a staff nurse, and she has been in like literally nothing. Sandra Cruz, I think, is Nurse Sherry, and she has also been in basically nothing you'd ever know. So,
But she's a tired nurse because she pulled a double shift because she was also on a night shift later.
She was,
yeah,
yes.
she's the only nurse. Well, they got two nurses there, and they're very busy, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the state of our healthcare system.
Fair enough.
Okay, so Grace finds out a lot of stuff. She goes back to her car, calls Nicole, starts leaving her a voice message. Oh no, Lexi's in the back seat, kills her, and then deletes the voicemail before it is saved to Nicole's phone. Where are we going? We're going to the beach house, which is this beautiful, 3-story colonial brick home that is not on the beach.
Yeah, no. The thing is, in this area of like, Derby and all that stuff, they're not so much beach houses. Everything is on like a bluff or a cliff or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So they don't actually build anything on a beach because, you're in Buffalo and no one there's like 2 good beach months out of the year.
So you're telling me that like one can travel to Buffalo, New York, but one cannot have buffalo wings on the beach in Buffalo.
I mean,
what life is this?
There are a couple. You could probably get some wings. There used to be a place, probably still exists, called Mickey Rat's out in Angola by Evangola Park, where you could probably get wings and then go to the beach. But I mean, for the most part, if you look at one of the places like on Route 5 that's on the lake is like, basically on like a very small cliff. And each winter, a car there gets covered with ice. So if you look up hoax, HOAK''S, and car, like there's going to be like a frozen car picture there from like last year and like 3 years ago because people will like there was an abandoned BMW there this last winter. And Hoax is also the favorite restaurant of Mike Jones's parents from the Penn and Teller show. So
I'm looking it up now.
Okay.
Wow, that's an incredible ice car.
Yeah.
And to tie it back, the suits that men can fit like swords and entire medical kits and stuff in their pockets, that's Penn and Teller's like Taylor.
There you go.
That is true. Penn can fit Teller into his suit jacket, I betcha.
Oh, yeah, certainly. At least his old suit jacket before he lost all the weight, right?
You know he lost all that weight by eating potatoes?
Yeah.
I did it once. I need to do it again.
All right, so we're at the beach house, like a cliff house.
Right, yeah.
The cliff house. Yeah.
A brick house. Okay.
Mighty, letting it all hang out. Yeah, so, okay. Some stuff happens. There's some attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But near as I can tell, this location might be the little building that is connected to a wedding reception venue over in Derby, New York. Unfortunately, it's private property, so there's no Google Street View of it.
Yeah.
And all of the things are just like the front of the place with these like big columns in the front. But then there is a similar looking like kind of stone building attached to that where I feel like they might be filming.
Yeah.
But when Nicole is driving to, rescue her daughter from, evil Lexi, it turns out, her GPS puts her pretty much exactly at Suncliff on the Lake, which is literally, I don't know, half a mile from the house I grew up in.
Really?
Yeah, it's over on Old Lake Shore Road, over by Sweetland Road. And if you look, her GPS puts her as driving away from there in order to get to rescue them. So maybe that's supposed to be her house. I don't know. She's like driving through the woods, and she's driving from a place where it's like its own little alcove. Yeah. So she either lives there or made a wrong turn there. I'm not really sure.
Because she does make a lot of wrong turns. Takes her forever.
She was coming back from the care facility after right?
Yeah. So if she's coming straight from Rochester, there's no reason, like even if you don't know the geography, if you look at her map, it doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah. She
So
drove into another parallel universe. She slidered her way into somewhere else and had to find her way back. That's a
This
different
was
movie.
this was
yeah.
in the mom's car, right?
Yeah.
After
Yeah, this
killing
is
the
in the
mom,
mom's car at the very end.
which
Because
she somehow moved mom's body out of the way in like broad daylight without like anybody noticing at the nursing home.
Oh, you mean Grace?
Yeah,
oh
Grace,
yeah,
that's right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. When
Grace.
Grace. Yeah, I
yeah,
mixed up.
when
Yeah, Grace, not
Yeah.
mom, but Grace. Yeah, she kills Grace, and then like right, and no one noticed her like dragging Grace out of the car, out of the driver's seat, and
No,
putting her in
no.
the
The
trunk.
state of our healthcare system means there's one nurse on duty.
And there's no security cameras.
no,
Absolutely
of
not.
course not.
No one else was visiting a nursing home that day and just noticed someone dragging a body around the parking lot. Just
Correct.
And Lexi is conservatively 85 pounds. Like she's just throwing this body around.
Kind of. I mean, she is stick thin. And what do we think? Like 5'4", maybe?
Yeah, she is itty bitty.
Okay, so before they drive up to the lake house, Lexi like wakes Brett up in the middle of the night and like makes him dispose of Grace's body with her. So now he's complicit and he's like starting to feel bad, or maybe the actor is just starting to feel bad about the whole thing. And maybe Brett's supposed to be feeling bad the whole time. I don't know. He didn't give me much emotionally. And Lexi says, "Okay, I'll follow you up to the beach house. We'll take care of Cameron together." Before they all embark on the trip up to the beach house, Brett visits Lexi, and then she pulls a gun on him. She thinks he's an intruder. Great, good times. And he's like, "No, no, no, I came here to propose. Like, here's a ring. We're going to get married. I'm so dedicated to you." And so she's like, "Oh, wow." And while she's admiring her ring, he knocks her out. He like hits her with something. The editing was weird. I didn't catch what, and she's got a gash on her forehead.
it was a one-punch knockout, though. Just
Okay.
done.
Yeah,
Like,
she's out. She's out.
This starts a whole section of the movie where we knock Lexi out and do no follow-up.
it actually happens a couple times to a couple of people.
Lexi is originally from Crystal Lake and is related to Jason Voorhees. That is clearly what's happening here.
While this is happening, Nicole, who is missing Grace, she's like, where did she go? She follows her in her tracks and like meets up with Tara on her own, gets the same info, and then she's like, okay, I must follow. So we get this like super weird timeline where Cameron and Brett get to the beach house. It's daylight. Sun goes down. Lexi's there. Nicole, who leaves in daylight, doesn't get there until like after Lexi. Like, but we know that Lexi woke up after Nicole was on the road.
But if she's coming from Rochester, she's coming for a ways away.
All right.
But this is also where we get some terrible day for night of Nicole driving, where they just slap a blue filter on everything and say, "Look, it's night, guys."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
It's oh gosh, it happens in so many of these movies, and I'm like, it just looks. I know it's hard to shoot at night, but like it looks terrible.
Yeah. Cameron and Brett, they're making lovey-dovey at each other. Cameron gives him a gift. The gift is blueprints. It's our new $3 million home that she's going to build for them.
Another one of my nitpicks is because we're building a house right now. It's like those blueprints are rolled backwards. Like
Really?
yeah, the images and everything is always to the inside, and so the back page is what's on the outside to like help protect all the prints. Like they're always rolled the other way, and I was just like, ah.
Well, also, it's weird here. I thought this was going to be a plot point because he looks at the blueprints confused, and she should be like, "Wait a second, I thought you built houses." Like he doesn't know what blueprints are basically. And I thought, oh well, he's going to be found out by Camp. No, he's not going to be found out by
follow-up
Cameron
to
at all.
it.
No.
So almost at a plot point.
It's really a Mad Lib style movie where we have certain things to fill in for the cliffhanger ad breaks. And we don't really care about what happens outside of these things. Like it's frustrating.
You said it was 2 writers, right?
It was 2 writers. Yeah, one guy who wrote nothing and one guy who's written, up to 10 Lifetime movies a year.
So he wrote the outline and then they handed it to the other guy to fill it out. So it really was Mad Libs.
Yeah, it's like, give me a fancy location with a beach house. Derby, New York. All right, give me an expensive hospital town. Rochester, Minnesota. Let's make it Rochester, New York. Okay. So yeah, this checks out, I think. I think this checks out.
All right, Lexi's on site. She lets herself in and immediately attacks. And this is where she's got that fireplace poker.
So much drama could be saved if people actually, followed up and like tied Lexi up or something, or
Yeah.
locked their door. Also, when we get to the beach house, there's two things that happen. One, there is one of our main characters says, "Would you look at that fire?"
Yes.
And then we don't cut to the fire in that scene at all.
We never see the fire.
Yeah.
We never see the fire until like 2 scenes later, like, oh, that was just weird as hell.
Mhm.
And second, there's like a fancy attempt at an artistic shot where the foreground is a bust of what looks like Edgar Allan Poe for some reason, and we're watching our main characters in the background,
Yeah.
where it's not quite a split diopter shot, but it's like everything is kind of in focus instead. And it's just like, guest appearance by Edgar Allan Poe. This is my very important note.
I must have been scribbling a note about the fireplace poker or something at the time. I missed that.
All right, so
I guess I
Lexi.
could go back and look, but I won't.
No, it's not worth it. Lexi knocks Brent out with the fireplace poker, which is an amazing feat of strength given the relative size.
Yeah.
Is this when she traps him in the other room?
She locks him in a basement.
With the fireplace poker that was left with him.
He grabs a shovel. Yeah,
He grabs
yeah,
a
yeah.
shovel, and he is so careful not to damage the door with the shovel.
Yeah.
He's like,
That was
that was
amazing. There was someone on the other side of that door ready to turn that knob at the right moment.
He doesn't even put like the blade of the shovel wedge it into the door or anything like that. He's just kind of sadly pushing the door, and then he pushes it open with the shovel. It's just like, I know you don't want to pay for another door, but come on.
Yeah.
The owners of the Suncliff on the lake or whatever were like, you can't damage any of our shit, Fred, okay? You got to be out of here by 6 p.m. for the wedding, okay?
I mean, I believe that.
That tracks.
Brett's out of the picture. He's in the basement for the time being. Lexi goes after Cameron. Cameron puts up a fight. She has a knife. She found a knife. But that doesn't mean anything because Lexi knocks her out immediately, and then ties her up and puts her on a chair outside on the patio. So it's giving me Scream vibes here.
Okay, I would like to say that somebody ties somebody up because no one ties Lexi up the two previous times we've knocked her out.
Yeah.
But she ties her legs together and ties her like hands up, but doesn't actually like tie her to the chair.
Oh.
She could just like stand up and hop away at any time.
Yeah. Yes.
And
I guess you have a good point there.
The whole point was to try to kill her, but when we get the opportunity to actually just kill her, we tie her up and we want to kill the fiance instead?
She wants to monologue. She wants to talk about herself. She wants to talk about the plan.
You sly dog, you caught me monologuing.
Yes. And through the monologue, she also reveals Brent's role in the monologue. Cameron doesn't care. She's in love. Brent breaks out of the basement by gently pushing the door open with a shovel. And Nicole finally turns onto the road up to the beach house. Brent hits Lexi with the shovel. So this puts a wrench in her plans to kill Cameron. Lexi recovers immediately and holds a gun on them both for a second monologue.
Well, so he knocks her out with the shovel, and she falls down in such a way that she doesn't even let go of the gun.
Right,
so,
yeah. She's determined.
Do the bear, like, at least take the gun away if you're going to knock somebody out. These people would never survive a horror movie.
No, they wouldn't. Oh, but to be fair, and I heard this or read this somewhere, characters in a horror movie do not know that they're in a horror movie. So if they think they're in a rom-com, their actions make sense.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So like, this is all about being placed in the wrong genre, like Shakespeare.
They're in the wrong. Yes, exactly.
So like Hamlet would have survived Othello's situation,
Possibly.
and Othello would have survived Hamlet's situation, but not vice versa. This all makes sense now. This is a good movie, guys.
I live my life as if I'm in a horror movie, and that is why I am safe and secure. Nicole enters the house through the front door. She gets a load of what's going on out the back door to the patio. And to your point of like locking the doors, those patio doors were all glass, so it doesn't matter. You can have locked doors, but just the glass breaks. And also, it doesn't matter that your doors are locked, period. If somebody really wants to get in, they can get in. Like, your deadbolts are not as secure as you think that they are.
It slows people down a little bit.
It does slow people down, and it does dissuade people like, what's his face? Ramirez. who would try doorknobs and think that it was God's will that he go in and kill people if the door was unlocked.
Yeah.
So it
It's the-
dissuades the crazies.
You're the Night Stalker. We haven't brought up him yet, so
Right,
But
right. I mean,
it's
that's a
also-
different podcast.
yeah,
Back to an earlier point, it's a matter of budget. If you're in a Freddo and Ray movie, then locked doors will save you because we're not going to damage the door.
exactly.
That's an excellent point.
You
Thank
have to
you.
walk around or something. So
Although I feel like when we did our Fredel and Ray producer season, we might have had some situations where they have like an After Effects door that uses the glass shatter or something like that. There was the one, was it what was the zombie pirate movie we watched?
Oh, right.
There
That
was
was a
one
curse.
where they like broke down a door and the door was still there. I feel
Yeah.
like I might be confusing that with another movie, but that feels very much that movie too.
I love the pirate
Wow.
curse. That was a good one.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's time to actually kill somebody. Lexi shoots Brett 3 times in the chest area. So he takes a while to die.
Yeah.
It's great. Nicole distracts Lexi, knocks her out again. This time for good, I guess.
Yeah, so like she also doesn't like secure the gun or anything like that. She just kind
No.
of leaves Lexi laying there.
Yeah.
And I kept on
exactly.
thinking she was gonna pop up, but we see that she's bleeding from the head and therefore
Yeah.
100% dead.
somewhere in here, earlier in the scene, I think Lexi had the gun, and then someone said it's over, and it's like, no, the person with the gun's going to say if it's over or not. Like,
Yeah.
That's right. Nicole unties Cameron, who watches Brett die tearfully, and the marriage is over. She is a young widow at the age of 25, a young multi-millionaire widow. And then in the mostly bizarre epilogue of epilogues, we cut to a beach.
Where she has taken her mom on her honeymoon.
I guess. Does Paris have beaches?
Yes.
I thought Paris was landlocked.
Well, not Paris, but France has beaches.
France is
France
right.
has beaches, but I thought Paris was like in the middle.
Yeah, Paris is in the middle. But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
France has beaches. Yeah, like the French Riviera.
Okay,
they
sure.
look to be back at the golf again. So
Maybe this is that airport bar that they were talking about.
That's
All right.
probably the airport bar.
where once again, mom is dressed very nicely for being at a beach bar.
But this is where we really get the mom porn. It's like everything would have been better if you just listened to me, but now I get to go on your honeymoon and go on vacation with me instead of this man.
And they live happily ever after.
My first question is,
Yeah.
does this title make sense?
Not really.
So
No.
so Killer Fiance is probably already like 15 Lifetime movies. So you go with Fiancé Killer. So then is Lexi the Fiancé Killer because she kills Cameron's husband, which is not the fiance, or because no one tries to kill anybody until they're already married. This is just like Haunted Honeymoon happens before they're married. So like this is a very confusing title to me.
Yeah.
So
The movie was named before the plot was baked.
or maybe secret thing, Grace was engaged to somebody and she got killed.
Oh no!
And poor Grace's fiance is just completely lost now. He's just sad and depressed and all alone. Meanwhile, these bitches who are responsible for killing the love of his life are just vacationing on the Gulf together. Like they didn't even call him and say, "Oh yeah, we found your fiance's body."
I did write down 3 choice quotes from Brent. They were like the peak of male dialogue, I think. I wanted to highlight them here. The first is, "Calm down."
Oh, everybody loves that. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I think he
totally.
said it multiple times. The other quote is, "Listen to me." Double thumbs up.
Yep.
And then the third best quote, "Put the gun down now."
That's right there with the "it's over" with the gun. It's like, yeah, no, the person with the gun gets to say. You don't get to say.
That's exactly right.
So this is back to my question from the beginning of the movie. It's like, who is this movie for?
I think this movie is for people whose kids don't call them. I think this is who this movie is for.
All
Like, I
right.
realized it's not for me, so I just wondered who it was for. It's like, okay, that's why I thought, well, was Brent going to be like a real hunk? Because he's not smart and he's got terrible lines.
I mean, he's kind of got like a thick male soap opera body. Like, I'm sure that's the middle-aged women are into. I don't know.
He works out. He jogs. We saw him jogging in the movie. Is it time to rate the movie?
Let's do it. Let's do it. And we'll make Matt go first.
Okay.
All right. Meredith, what
Okay.
category is first?
We have a few categories. We are rating on effort, quality / production value, entertainment, and sense making. Do you have a preference on where we begin?
Nope, no preference. It's a 1 to 10 scale or 0 to 10 scale, right?
Yes. Let's start with entertainment. What's your ranking of entertainment?
It's got to be low. It's got to be maybe 3. Like it was a struggle to watch it.
Hmm.
I guess maybe because the whole plot was told to me by one of the characters.
Rule 1 of screenwriting: tell, don't show. I mean, everybody knows that.
Like, I mean, I was okay with the plot, but I didn't have to be told the whole plot in the very first 10 minutes. Like, it
Right.
could have played out.
Yeah. But if you just started watching this movie from the 30-minute mark, you'll be able to catch up really quickly.
Well,
So,
yeah, because they keep rehashing it. They go over it again.
yeah,
So
They
make sure
sure
you
do.
understand it.
yeah. As
So
I
it's-
previously said.
This is like a timeshare presentation.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5.5 because
Oh, yeah?
call me Oscar the Grouch, I love trash. And this is trash.
Matt, did this movie make any sense to you?
It's somewhat. I would give it a maybe. I'd put it about I give it about a 6. I mean, the plot concept was pretty solid. I mean, there was weak spots, the elaborate nut oil injection pen system, but the plot made sense. It a little formulaic, but it did flow. Like,
I think, yeah, I'm gonna say a 5.5 for this one too, because I think like it makes sense because you have to understand that every character in this movie is an idiot. And it also makes sense because everyone explains what they're doing at all times.
that's right.
So,
Yep. You can't be confused by it.
yeah, no.
Quality/production value. How do you feel about it?
I'm gonna say maybe it's like a 5. It
Hmm.
seemed fine. I mean, it didn't rely. There weren't places that were lacking special effects where there should have been. Like, I mean, because it wasn't that type of movie.
Right.
It wasn't a horror movie or something where you're expecting a lot of blood and gore and then there's poor effects. It seemed to just kind of go along. And I guess 2018, with digital filming, nothing looked terrible under the camera, as
Oh,
can happen
that
in some
day
of
for
the.
night or night for
Oh,
day.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oscar?
Oh shit.
She did call you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5.5 here too. I think what this movie has really helped out in production value by its utter and total lack of ambition. Like, we're not going to try anything hard. Like, we're gonna cut to commercial when the EMTs show up. We are not going to actually do any damage to a door. But that means the things we do see, they look fine. The actors are mostly professional actors. I feel like I think Lexi might give a Tommy Wiseau level performance where you can enjoy it on its own merits. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah, production level. I see what you're saying. If you lower the standard, then it
yeah,
raises the rating.
Yes.
exactly.
Although, yeah, somebody acting. Lexi's bolting upright from being unconscious, and
It's the Undertaker.
All right. Last metric that we are rating right now is effort.
that's where we're lower because again, it's how we raised the standard for everything else was by lowering the expectations and lowering the effort. So. We dodged having to use any hospital scenes with scotch tape room numbers, a la VA33, which the episode I listened to just yesterday.
Oh,
Thank you.
right. Thanks.
Matt's now a super fan. He's listened to more podcasts than I have.
I'm catching up in the back catalog. I actually am. No, I feel like the effort was pretty low, like a
Mhm.
4, like just enough to get it done. We got something else to do next week. Let's get this along.
Yeah, it's this is a 12-day shoot. We're on day 10. Let's get out of here. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I assume it's a 12-day shoot because pretty much all of his movies are 12-day shoots. So,
Okay.
Got to be efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
there was not a second take on anything.
Oh gosh, yeah. Anyway, 4 is right. Matt was just right on that one.
Matt, your highest rating was 6. Your lowest was 3. I think that was generous, honestly. You're a generous movie watcher.
Maybe if I'd only just watched it yesterday instead of like a week ago.
That is
Those
fair.
colored memories.
I did watch it yesterday. I'm like, what the hell is this shit?
Matt, where can we find your podcast?
Substack is where we're hosted on, and we
Oh,
post some stuff there.
Really?
But you can find us on Spotify or Apple. Or if you have a different podcast player you want to use, you can go to the Substack and get the RSS feed, copy that link, and then put it in whatever player you want to use. I occasionally post weird stuff on there, and we're on Facebook and Instagram, and I post more weird stuff on those.
We like weird.
Information on paint drying and that sort of thing. So.
Oh. Is there a difference between the speed to dry of lead paint and non-lead paint?
I haven't gotten into that yet, but I will find out at some point. I
That's
actually have been doing
amazing.
research on linseed oil paint, so
Amazing. Oh, that's the stuff that spontaneously combusts, right?
the rags can. Yep,
Yep.
I do actually keep threatening to do an episode on that.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Matt. It's been
you're
a
welcome.
delight. I hope you enjoyed the
Thanks.
movie.
Oh yeah, everybody enjoyed this movie. This is 10 stars.
It was a lot of fun doing this, though.
All right. Well, it was nice to hang out with you, Matt. Meredith, I'll see you next time. Probably not recording on Easter Sunday, I imagine.
Oh, is that next week?
I think so.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Bye.
Goodbye, all.
Go eat lunch. Bye.
Going Over Our Freds was created and produced by us, Michael Kennedy and Meredith Halsey.
Our theme was composed and performed by Justin Nozick. Find more music for him at Bandcamp. Search for The Plague Physicians.
Artwork by Michael Kennedy. Special thanks to everyone who helped make the season possible, including the friends and family who let us watch these movies instead of this year's Academy Award nominees. And thank you for listening.
If you'd like to hear more from us, subscribe to Going Over Our Freds on your favorite podcast app. Follow us on Twitter at Goof Podcast, and find us on Instagram at Going Over Our Freds.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. For questions, comments, and complaints, email us at goingoverourfreds@gmail.com.
Thanks.